Lakeland University, Z-Bar,
Canton, we're tied!
Cannon and Dunphy, Loyal Family Renovations, Tsunami Express Car Wash, Steam Fitters Local 601, Big Fish Contracting, SVA, a professional services company, WeatherTight, and Network Health on the home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
For over 4 decades, one name has stood out as a symbol of excellence in automotive sales and service.
It's the Boucher Automotive Group, dedicated to providing exceptional experiences to all of our valued customers.
We will help you find the perfect vehicle within your budget while respecting your time.
With 20 convenient locations, we're the one-stop destination for all your automotive needs.
At Boucher, we're your trusted partner on every mile of your journey.
Riding with you every mile since 1977.
Did your home suffer damage from a storm or severe weather? Don't stress any longer. Loyal Family Renovations treats all of its customers like they've joined their personal family, and every project as if the work was being done at their own house. Loyal Family Renovations has a leg up on the competition due to the personal relationships they've built with insurance adjusters over the years. Loyal Family is family-owned, and the loyalty belongs to their customers. Contact them today to get your free home inspection. LoyalFamilyRenovations.com.
Nursing students often endure long wait lists, but Concordia University, Wisconsin ensures entry into their nursing program upon acceptance. Broad exposure prepares CUW students for diverse nursing specialties with hands-on clinical experience in hospitals and other healthcare settings, leading to high job placement rates for graduates. CUW provides a faith-based education with a focus on holistic care. Graduates are prepared to address patients' physical, emotional, and spiritual needs. Your journey awaits at cuw.edu/bucks.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Covering the Crew all season long on WTMJ, it's Brewers Extra Innings. Now live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee at the Avenue. Here is your host, Dominic Cotroneo.
All right, you take it on the chin, up late. You stayed up all night for that one. Hey, it's okay. Game 1 of a 4-game series. Welcome in. I'm Dom Cotroneo. This is Brewers Extra Innings. They fall tonight by a 5-2 final score, and, you know, it was just a little off, right? You're looking at a picture frame, and it's just a little tilted. Then you try to tilt it back, and then it swings back the other way. It's like, what? I just fixed you. What? And then you come back, and you try to fix it again, and then it slides the other way. Now it's like, just a little off tonight. Just one of those nights. And it's, well, defense wasn't, it was brilliant and it wasn't sharp at the same time. Wasn't great on the pitching side. There were some bright moments. First big league home run for Caleb Durbin. We'll hear that in just a moment. Big league debut of Craig Yoho, long awaited for some folks on this program. We'll hear from Craig Gashawn as well as we react to all of it here on WTMJ. But first, let's get our highlight recap.
Ready for this? This?
One of the catches of the year!
And this?
It is gone!
Time for tonight's highlights.
This was a stop-and-start type game. Robbie Ray for the Giants, Quinn Priester for the Brewers. And the Brewers had 2 men aboard in the first inning but couldn't cash in. In the bottom of the first inning, it started out poorly for Quinn Priester. A 4-pitch walk to Mike Yastrzemski. Fell behind 3-1 on Willie Adames. Battles back to get it to 3-2, and then in the blink of an eye, the bases are empty.
Priester's 3-2 pitch. There goes the runner. Swing and a miss. Throw to second is in time. Oh, Contreras cuts down Yastrzemski. It's a strike him out, throw him out, double play.
Blaine Grindle's call here on WTMJ. The Brewers get out of it unscathed. We fast forward to the top of the second inning. The Brewers, a lot of their damage lately had been coming with 2 outs. Man gets aboard, Sal Frelick, a leadoff single. He's erased on a fielder's choice from Joey Ortiz. Collins would strike out, but set the stage for Caleb Durbin.
1-0 pitch. High fly ball, left field, back at the track. Ramos at the wall. It is gone! Caleb Durbin! First big league home run, and it gives the Brewers a 2-0 lead here in the second.
Little did we know that would be the end of the offense, but congratulations to Caleb, D3 star, making it in the show. So the Brewers up 2-0. They failed to get the shutdown inning in the bottom of the second, but it could have been a whole lot worse. There were 2 walks in the inning. An infield hit kept the inning alive. Then with the bases loaded and 2 outs, Mike Yastrzemski gave a heart attack to the Brewers, but Churio saves the day.
1-2 pitch. And he lines one into right. Coming in is Churio, diving. Did he make the catch? Did he make the catch? He sure did! Jackson Churio just took a hit away from Mike Yastrzemski, and the Brewers will get out of it with just the 1 run allowed.
That's where the highlights end, unfortunately, in this one, as the Giants would add on in the 5th inning with a run scoring on an error on a failed double play earlier in that frame, too. There was just a little bit of the sloppiness of the defense that we're talking about. A bunch of fielders' choices in this one, a bunch of walks in this one, too, from Quinn Priester. So it's 2-2 through 5. Wilmer Flores goes yard off of Grant Anderson. He's human for the first time in a while. That makes it 3-2 Giants. Then in the 7th, Jung-Hoo Lee and the Hooligans going nuts on the backbreaker.
1-0 pitch. Lined into the gap in right center field. Big swing. It's going to split the center and right fielders and go to the wall. Adames will score, and Jung-Hoo Lee is running to third. There will be no throw. Jung-Hoo Lee with a 2-out RBI triple. The Giants lead at 4-2 in the 7th inning. That's a very important swing potentially in this game.
Yep, so the triple would make it 4-2. Ultimately, the final score was 5-2. 855-616-1620 is the phone number. 855-616-1620. If you're staying up late with us here tonight, Craig Kashan will join us in just a moment right here on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Brewers baseball.
Your nose is for breathing. Your mouth is for eating. And if you're breathing through your mouth, it's not because your body wants to. It's because it has to, because your nose isn't working properly. And although you've lived like this, it's no way to live, and it's having a significant impact on your life. I know you know this, and I know that taking action isn't always convenient. But at Advent, we've done all we can to make changing your life for the better as easy as possible. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula. With tens of thousands of our patients, a thorough breathing triangle evaluation, along with a simple 20-minute in-office procedure called balloon sinuplasty, has opened their nasal passages, allowing them to breathe freely through their nose for good. And there's a good chance this procedure can do the same for you. We'll help you breathe through your nose again, and it will change your life.
Go to AdventKnows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary. Most insurance accepted.
Brewers baseball is here. Time to pick your Brewers games and get back to the ballpark for tailgate traditions and walk-off wins. Don't miss any of the big games or the superstars. And come back for the best giveaways. Where else would you want to be? Brewers tickets for the 2025 season are on sale now. That's every game, all summer long. Get on board for the show today. Grab your seats at brewers.com/ticket finder.
Who doesn't need a seasonal wardrobe update? But who has the cash to always keep their wardrobe updated? Ladies, that's why you shop St. Vincent de Paul. Our women's clothing is always a highlight of our stores, and thrift store prices keep the costs low. It allows you to experiment and also find a hidden gem. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
All right, it's a loss, but we'll break it down. We'll make everyone feel okay. That's the whole point. Or we can wallow in self-pity. It's your choice. 855-616-1620 is the phone number. 855-616-1620. I'm Dom Cotroneo. Craig Kashan is with us as well. Craig, before you joined, I described this game as like you're looking at your wall full of paintings, and frames and such, and there's that one that's just a little off, right? And you try to go and adjust it, and then it slides right back to how it was messed up. So wait, I just fixed it. Then you go back and try to fix it again. Now it's tilted the other way, and it's just they could not get it right from the start. And then you blink and it's 5-2, and that's the final score.
Well, I don't know about you, man. You got a big paycheck coming with all that artwork at your house, Dom. I don't know. Yeah, no.
I got the Phoenix one behind me. I got the Aaron Hills one behind me. So,
that's probably a pretty good way of putting it, to be honest with you. It was just one of those nights where, the team is off a little bit. You could explain that, any way you want to, as far as potentially just, first day out west again. They've been out west 3 times in this month of April, coming off a big win. A lot of things just really fell into place nicely on Sunday before they headed out on that road trip. But bottom line is it's just another example of they had some great defensive plays today. They really did. And they were very helpful to keep the score down. But they also didn't come up with some plays that, would have helped them actually win the game. They also couldn't come up with big hits after that second inning that also would have helped them win the game as well. So things just simply did not line up. There was no domino game, if you will, here tonight. That's for sure.
Well, I got 2 circled, and they came in the 5th inning back-to-back, right after the infield hit from Tyler Fitzgerald, then a walk to Mike Yastrzemski. You had runners on first and second, and nobody out. They go to Nick Mears. He gets ahead 0-2 on Willie, and he gets the ground ball that he wanted, but the problem is Durbin cuts it off like he's supposed to his left, and he throws offline to Terang, just enough that Terang has to mix up his footwork, and that causes another second pause before he can try to throw to first base, so they don't double up Willie Adames. So that's only 1 out, and now you've got men on the corners. The next batter, Young-Hoo Lee, who is a good base runner, but hits a ground ball to second that Terang misplays. It squirts out of his glove. They still get the out at second base, though, so there's another opportunity for an inning-ending double play. Now, those didn't come back to bite them until the ball was dropped at first base, though, on the Rhys Hoskins play, which allowed the run to score. That's 3 plays right there in the span of 2 batters that led to the tying run scoring. It's not the only reason they lost tonight, but it's just like we've seen the Brewers make these plays over and over again, and to suddenly have it, quite frankly, with, recency bias, look like the A's with what the A's did this past weekend. This is how they lost the game. When they aren't perfect on defense, games that they felt like they should have won look further out of reach than they actually were.
And they usually, Dom, to your point on here, they usually don't play that way on consecutive plays, let alone, kind of 3 plays in a row or 3 opportunities like that as well. They're too good for that. And I think, Murph kind of said that in the post game tonight too. You lose the game, you got to be upset at something. And certainly it's, to me, there were, several things, unfortunately, yet, before the end of the night, they only lost by 3 runs here. And it just seemed like San Francisco they took advantage of things. They were given opportunities. They were given extra outs. And, you can't expect to win that way, that's for sure. So, hopefully you just wipe this one, off the slate and get back out there. There's still 3 big games left in this series, and this is just the start of the trip as well. We've seen this team start out a little bit slow on the road and pick up the pace soon after.
Yeah, I would say 2 of the 5 runs directly impacted by failed double plays. A third you can give halfway because it was going to be a tough double play to turn in the 7th inning before the Young-Hoo Lee triple, but still, it doesn't matter how many double plays you turn if the only offense you score is a 2-run homer. We'll talk about that a little bit later on, but I do want to just kind of put a bow on what today was for the pitching staff. Quinn Priester, he wasn't sharp from the first batter of the game. He really never got his footing underneath him really tonight, did he?
So here's kind of my take with that. And look, how many times have we said it that starting pitching, really sets the pace and is the pace for what happens for the rest of the game. He was off. He's been so on. He's been such a, real pleasant surprise by the by the production that he's been able to supply in the winning ways. You know, I mean, he didn't come in highly ticketed for this. Not yet, I don't think. And he's done a really good job. So today, you know, he was just off. I mean, couldn't find his release point, struggled with his command. The first 2 innings, I mean, he just, you know, loaded up on the walks. He had high pitch count. He settled in the 3rd inning, but I mean, he only goes, you know, 4+ here today. So, but to me, maybe threw off this defense a little bit. Maybe threw off the offense a little bit. I don't know. I think it's one of these games where if you could, you know, just circle the pitcher and say tonight it kind of started with him. I just think the team kind of played and kind of went about it at the plate, kind of how he pitched tonight, and he was just clearly off.
Yeah, he was just couldn't quite get it right. A couple of texts. This one just asking about what's going on with the baseballs, the infield dirt and grass in San Francisco. Something seemed off. Well, it wasn't off for the Giants. I mean, let's put this to bed instantly. There was nothing wrong with the field. We'd have to ask somebody about the baseballs. I know Tim Dillard said that on the telecast. I have nothing. I'm sitting in Milwaukee. I have nothing to say to the contrary. Tim made an observation. Some people are running with it on Twitter. It was no problem for the Giants. I mean, let's put that to bed quickly here as well. On a positive note, we did see a big league debut. We saw a first home run. We'll talk about some of those positives coming up next. But I mean, the nutshell is the Brewers went 0-for with runners in scoring position. They didn't play sharp defense and they didn't pitch well. And you're not going to win many games that way.
Nope, not at all. I mean, you got to have pretty much all of those things line up. I mean, you can't make many mistakes in this game and expect to win, let alone in all 3 phases like that. So I personally think they were pretty fortunate to basically get a runner on and get a home run away from tying this one up or, potentially getting back in this game. So they weren't far off tonight, but they clearly in all phases weren't even close because they just weren't on.
Yep, I agree. Take a breather, but first want to remind you, if you're looking for a banking partner that truly understands your business needs, look no further than Fifth Third Bank. With a local team right here in Milwaukee, they know how to hit it out of the park every time. For 15 years, they've been serving our community with industry-specific expertise and local decision-making that helps your business thrive. Experience the unique commercial banking value only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC. Take a couple of positives from this one and maybe some grander reactions as well right after this on 620 WTMJ.
You only get one chance to make a first impression, and that goes double for your home listing, because that's how you're going to get the most value. By having a customized marketing plan specific to your property with professional photos, global marketing, and the built-in experience that Century 21 Benefit Realty has brought to the table since 2004. And being joined with Century 21 just makes all of the above stand out that much more. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
So how is that possible? 1.9% real estate commission? There must be something you're not telling me.
I hear that a lot. The truth is, everybody could do it, but they choose not to because folks keep paying more than they have to. I guess they just haven't heard yet that Century 21 Benefit Realty can make that 1.9% real estate commission promise on the sale of your home and stick to it. So I'd like to think that's going to make your decision easy. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve Scavini for Badger Fence. If you listen to the show over the years, you know I've talked about my beautiful new cedar fence installed at my home. Well, the company I trusted with that job is Badger Fence. They've been installing high-quality, durable fences in the area since, get this, 1945. Proud member of the Better Business Bureau with an A-plus rating. Doesn't get any better than that. As well as a member of the National Association of the Remodeling Industry. If privacy, security, and a wide choice of fence styles are top of mind when you choose a fence for your property, then Badger Fence is the right company. They're licensed, bonded, and insured, using the best materials in the industry. Badger Fence knows that premium fence materials, design options, and affordability all play an important role in your overall satisfaction. So whether you want wood, which is what we chose, ornamental, chain link, even PVC. They can help you choose the right materials for your fencing project. We love our fence, and when my wife Kathy and I were shopping around for fence companies, we found the right match with Badger Fence. To set up an appointment to talk with Badger Fence about your project, go to badgerfence.com. Badgerfence.com. Tell them Scafidi from WTMJ sent you.
Heiser Automotive Group is making it rain with ultimate savings. It's our April Showers Flash Sale, and we're washing away high prices so you can drive off in the car of your dreams at an unbeatable price. Enjoy our exclusive Safe and Sound experience where peace of mind comes standard, rain or shine. Plus, check out our seasonal service specials to keep your vehicle ready for every spring adventure. Hurry, these savings won't last long. Visit Heiser.com today and drive away with a deal that'll have you singing in the rain.
See dealer for complete details.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Brewers fall 5-2. Text from Doug. Caleb Durbin is slowly turning into my favorite player. The guy isn't intimidated. Should have been playing earlier, but better late than never. The home run is obviously awesome to get his first one. We played it in the highlights just a moment ago. A shot to left field, and left field in San Francisco is not an easy park to hit it out of, especially for a right-handed hitter at night, but Caleb gets that first notch. Little did the Brewers know they would only have 2 more hits the rest of the game, an infield hit in the third and a leadoff hit in the sixth that was quickly erased on a double play. I mean, Durbin came to play tonight, quite frankly, with the homer and some great defense that we saw from him today. Kudos to see him slowly get his feet underneath him just 4 games into his big league career.
Great thing about him, Dom, is you could just see that he's going to be a grinder. He's going to put, as much pressure on the pitcher, as much pressure on the defense, and then he's going to turn around and do the same thing over in the hot corner there. So he's gritty. I love his size because that's kind of who I am over there if I was lucky enough to ever do what he does right now. But, he is I don't know. I think he just fits the bill for a lot of Milwaukee fans to appreciate, who he is, how he got here. That was a big pop off his bat, man. That was like a towering shot into left field. And you got to feel good for the guy getting his first home run relatively quickly, too. First week of being called up to the majors and, well-deserved for him. And hopefully there's going to be a lot more there. But, I love the home runs and stuff, Don, but I have, appreciated what he's brought defensively, too. I just think they need that shutdown over there, kind of what Joey Ortiz did a year ago. I mean, he quickly, went to the scene and made a statement defensively over at third, and that's what you have to do. I mean, that's what this pitching staff has drawn up, and, he's done a good job over there so far.
And a reminder on Caleb, I mean, he's playing out of position. He has way more experience at second base in his career than he does at third, and the whole reason of calling him up now is to make sure they give him a proper runway to say, you're going to be the everyday third baseman virtually, and they want to see him grow and get better in the big leagues, and he can learn around big league coaches and learn from all the resources he have at the best level to make sure he gets better. Another note about him, 16 plate appearances. I'll go ahead and pour cold water on it. 0 strikeouts. So blame me if he goes 0-4 with 4 punch-outs tomorrow. But 0 strikeouts, which was part of his scouting report when he came over to the Brewers. I want to point to the 8th inning here, Craig, when the Brewers at the time, they were down 2 in the top of the 8th inning and trying to get to Hayden Birdsong, who was fantastic tonight. He strikes out Jackson Chourio to lead off the frame. He's going through the meat of this order, right? Yelly draws a really good walk. And then, you have the tying run at the plate for the next 3 batters. Contreras struck out. Hoskins draws a walk, but then Frelick struck out. They stuck with Birdsong instead of going to the lefty. That was a moment that the Brewers, you could say, oh yeah, they could have hit a home run. Like you can hit a home run on command. But I think that's another case where we talk about the offense, kind of like the defense, just a little off, that nobody could put bat on ball on Birdsong. They were fooled by the changeup. They were even fooled by some fastballs. That moment in the 8th inning just felt like it just really wasn't their night.
Well, and I think clearly in that inning you're looking for Contreras to do something big for you. And then he got called out on strikes. And 2 questionable calls, one in his favor and one not. as it turned out. And, you don't see William chirp very often because he can't. He's a catcher, and he has to deal with a home plate umpire when he puts the gear back on. But he wasn't happy with that. Again, another example of how close this game was, the game of inches or whatever. But Hoskins bounces right back. He's down 2 strikes and draws a walk as well. But Sal, maybe a little surprisingly, went down really quickly on those 3 strikes from Birdsong in that 8th inning to end that threat too. So they did what they could. They drew some walks tonight, but couldn't bring any around to score, which is a little bit surprising for this club. But they were very quiet offensively after that 2nd inning.
Yeah, I don't think going over 4 is in the cards for the rest of the week. Another quick positive note here, though, before I let you go. Craig Yoho. I mean, I know he gave up a run, but he gets his first strikeout. He had a walk. You can see happy feet in the box of guys really uncomfortable with the changeup as he was introduced to the big leagues. Really happy for Yoho. What a story. So many injuries. He was a two-way player in college. He had a transfer. He had Tommy John in college. He was a senior sign. His signing scout said this is first-round talent, but everyone's scared of the injuries, so we're going to be able to grab him when they grab them, and now he's a big leaguer from his draft class. And another example of, as Pat Murphy calls it, the ivory tower, bringing another treat to Pat Murphy's club.
Yeah, and his upside is so huge, it's not even funny. I just look at tonight, for him, get your feet wet. He was in a good spot. I don't think there was a lot of pressure on him when he came in. His team was down, obviously, in that 8th inning. But, to come up first batter and get his first big league strikeout, I just think just being out there and soaking it all in. And he knows his family and some friends were out there. But, mostly the important people for him, and that's, his wife and child were there. I mean, that's big stuff. His parents were there. Her parents were there as well. His brother was there. So for him to, just get this under your belt, get that first experience and get that first taste of the big leagues, he'll be more ready to go and could very well obviously do that and pitch again tomorrow night. So good for him. Happy for him. I think his upside is going to be off the charts for a guy, as you mentioned, went through all those injuries and then basically turned himself into a pitcher and kept it going and kept his attitude up and stayed very positive. I mean, his goal was to get here, and you got to give him a lot of credit because he is now here.
Yeah, and it's another great player development story in the Brewers pitching lab again. Well, Craig, it's a late night. Get out of here. We'll talk to you again tomorrow night.
All right, sounds good, Dom. Talk to you soon.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the rest of this series coming up next. The rotation is set up well. There's no reason to hit the panic button. There's no reason to cancel the season because they're one game above 500. Let's explain all that next on 620 WTMJ.
Looking for localized banking solutions and a strategic partner? Fifth Third Bank has been shaping the future for businesses for 167 years and for the last 15 right here in Milwaukee. We offer industry-specific expertise, local decision-making, and extensive experience to help you navigate the ever-changing business landscape with your business in mind. At Fifth Third, we're big enough to provide sophisticated solutions and expert guidance, yet empowered to make local decisions and build strong community connections. Experience the commercial banking value only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
Amish outdoor furniture with poly and wood available. And that poly is the richest of outdoor furniture. It's just about indestructible and will virtually last forever. At Erickson's, we have poly furniture in abundance, so you're guaranteed to see a great selection. The beauty of it is you can put it outside all year round and not worry about it, because the color runs all the way through, so it doesn't fade, and minor nicks and scratches won't hurt the look. Erickson's Landscape Supply. For an abundant selection of poly and wood Amish outdoor furniture, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. You'll be hard-pressed to find a better selection of metal yard art than we have here at Erickson's. Anything from natural and painted metal signs to painted roosters from 1 to 6 feet tall. Natural steel flying ducks and cattails. Cute little frogs, geckos, pigs, flamingos, and goats. And palm trees. The list is endless. And that's why you come here. Erickson's Landscape Supply, right on Spring Street in Union Grove, where you'll find a fantastic array of artisanal metal yard art. Visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. Or better yet, drive on over and take a gander at the goods.
Wherever you are in Wisconsin, there's a free and confidential Aging and Disability Resource Center, ADRC, or Tribal Partner Agency. We're here for older adults, adults with disabilities, and your families. ADRCs are a bridge to support for benefits and financial assistance, transportation, in-home care, and more. Get to know your local ADRC and connect with resources today. Call toll-free 1-844-WIS-ADRC or go to findmyadrc.org. Paid for by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Brewers Giants. Game 1 goes to the black and orange. I'm Dom Cotroneo. You know, we were talking about Durbin's first big league homer. Let's call that our play of the game. Brought to you by Surfside, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Surfside iced tea and vodka and Surfside lemonade and vodka paired perfectly with a day at the ballpark. Stocked at American Family Field all season long. If you want to make grand assumptions about the team 23 games into the year, okay. But you can also admit they did not play their best tonight. Not in the slightest, in multiple facets. And yet, it was a 3-run game. It was a one-score game. It was a one-swing game for the majority of the later stages of this contest, and they did not play their best. So for the folks in my mention saying, oh, they're going to, they stink, they're going to fall apart on this road trip, it's not going to go well, all you're asking for is a split in a road 4-game series. It is so hard to win 4-game series on the road, and if you can find a way to get a split, you're really feeling good. And furthermore, you've got the front line of your rotation coming up next. Quintana goes tomorrow. Freddie Peralta goes on Wednesday, and Tobias Myers returns on Thursday, and he's been stretched out to go 5+ innings. He's over 80 pitches. He will be able to give you length. Now, it's not going to be easy. You get Jordan Hicks tomorrow. Granted, he's been off to a slow start this season. You get their opening day starter, Logan Webb, coming up on Wednesday. That'll be a great matchup of opening day starters. Love Logan Webb's game. Really love what he does. Another Sacramento guy, too. How about that? I mean, between Logan Webb, Rhys Hoskins, and Nick Mears, and Jeff Levering, I mean, we've got Sacramento cornered here in San Francisco right now. And then Landon Roop will get the ball on Thursday. I mean, quite frankly, it's a toss-up on Wednesday, 2 opening day starters, but Logan Webb's really good, but the Brewers have got to him in the past. Quintana versus Hicks, I give the edge to Quintana. Myers versus Roop, I give the edge to Myers. I mean, you are still in a position to battle back for a split in any way possible. And being 12-11, I know folks are looking at the standings way too soon about the Cubs. And I've said this a million times, and if it's your first time listening, I need to remind you, we don't look at the standings until July. We just don't. There's no reason to. So much is going to change. It's going to be a waste of energy if you're looking every single day. The Cubs are 14-10. They are home for the Dodgers this week. Let's see how they do in that. Let's see how the Brewers do in the rest of this series. And then at the end of this 10-game road trip, who do you face? The Cubs. And this is this opportunity I was talking about all week. This is where you can, see what you're made of. And, all right, you get punched in the mouth in the first game. What are you made of? They got punched in the mouth last Monday against Tarek Skubal and bounced back and won the next 2 games against the Tigers. All right, they get punched in the mouth today by the Giants with their own flaws of making errors and not being able to turn double plays. Clean that up. What kind of a game is it tomorrow? All right? It's okay. Tap the brakes. It's all going to be figured out. I do want to address some of the offense, though. Guys you need to start seeing some signs of life from. And the top of that list is Joey Ortiz. Now, today was the first day that the defense was actually impacted, but Joey going 0 for 3 today with a run scored, but he's down to 177. He's got 1 extra base hit, 13 strikeouts, 8 walks for him. Going to monitor that. And Garrett Mitchell's in a funk right now, too. Didn't start today with a lefty on the mound, but Garrett down to 214. He did have the rocket double on Saturday against the A's and came in to score, but that was really all the offense. But this goes back to the Diamondback series. He has not had a lot. He's still waiting on his first home run of the 2025 season. Those are 2 key role players in the bottom half of this order that the Brewers need to see get going, because Yelich showed signs of life. He got on base 3 times today. William Contreras got on base twice today. Rhys Hoskins got on base 3 times today. If those guys are getting on, that bottom half of the order is going to be the ones that cash them in. So, again, we're 23 games into this. Let's get some more data. I think it's officially not early Memorial Day. Like, maybe the week before Memorial Day. That's when it's officially not early anymore. Some folks would say the 1st of May, but I disagree. I think you need 125 plate appearances to say it's not early anymore. We're going to hear from the manager, Pat Murphy, in just a moment as well. Not much to talk about. It was just kind of a little sloppy, a little odd, a little off game, but you shake it off, you dust it off. It's already past midnight here tonight, so we're not going to wallow in it for too long. The manager is coming up in just a moment here on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Trust in your family's comfort at home with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. They're the oldest family-owned HVAC company in southeast Wisconsin. 4 generations of Ciders, and their highly trained technicians provide a one-stop shop for all home and business comfort needs, including an emergency service line that's always live and a 12-year parts and labor warranty on all Daikin products. Get peace of mind by scheduling maintenance today with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. That's SEIDER, cider.com.
Meet Alan, who was diagnosed with sleep apnea.
I was what they call a mouth breather, and I would breathe at night with my mouth open.
And for about 8 years, Alan struggled with a CPAP machine. And then
I saw the Advent commercial, and I thought, well, what do you got to lose? This machine is miserable.
For most people, CPAP machines are miserable, but a simple breathing triangle solution from Advent can be life-changing.
And it really was, to me, it was amazing because I don't think I ever breathed that clear.
This is Dr. Madan Kiandula. After having one of Advent's simple breathing triangle procedures, people are amazed at how freely and clearly they can breathe.
I'm happy with the procedure. I'm very glad I did. I wish I would have done it 20 years ago. I could have avoided that machine I had to have laying next to the bed with the hose wrapped around my head.
Schedule your appointment at adventknows.com because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary. Most insurance accepted.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for CertaPro Painters for your home or your business. They came out, did the exterior of our house. The team walked around the entire house with me, pointed out a couple spots that I needed some extra work done. I didn't even realize it. The team's at CertaPro. They've got your back. Call and ask about their spring sales event going on now through May 15th. It's CertaPro Painters, the best in the business. Schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. It's CertaPro Painters. Took care of me, they'll take care of you. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
God, I love playoff hockey. I'm a little distracted here. Dallas Stars. Shout out. Leveled up that series against the Avalanche, 1-1. Ovi, he had a game-winning goal in overtime, shockingly. So he passes the great one earlier this year, right? And today he scores a goal that he's never done before. He's never had a playoff overtime goal. That's so cool. Sports. Gosh, good sports day. Playoff overtime hockey, so much fun. Anyway, this is a baseball show. I'm Tom Cotroneo. I mean, it was a 5-2 loss. What do you want me to say? It's 12-16. If you're listening, you're a big Brewer fan, and I appreciate all of you. But at the same time, you just kind of sit here and be like, yeah, he's right. I mean, they didn't play well. All right, shake it off. That's why there's 162 of them. You've heard me say this before, if you're listening, and you do want to see cleaner games. When you lose this way, it just makes you feel a little empty. It's like, oh, if that guy turns that, this does that, that guy swings at that pitch. It's just like the what-if game is no fun to play. But if you lose a clean game where you played well and one team outpitched the other and everything was decided, in the box, that sort of thing, then you're like, all right, you tip your cap. But this one you just feel, you were there, you had a chance, but the offense didn't do much, and the Brewers will survive. Spring is here. Warmer weather is going to be on the way. I saw the sun today. That was awesome. Is your AC ready to keep you cool? Right now at Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical, you can get $25 off an AC tune-up. But hurry, this deal's only good through the end of April, so you really got to hurry. Schedule at cider.com, SEIDER.com to schedule your appointment today. You've heard me plenty. Let's hear from the manager, Pat Murphy, after today's loss.
I'm not sure of the reason, but, there's 3 double plays we don't turn. There's
we just weren't good defensively. We didn't handle the ball good, and you can't give them extra outs. This is a good team, very good team, and they're made for this place, and they're a lot of good veterans, a lot of good young players. They know how to play baseball. You can't give them extra outs.
Were there any of those maybe early in the second inning, or that you felt kind of changed the tide of the game? Those uncharacteristic errors.
I think it added up. It added up for sure. We got out of the inning a couple times, but Priester wasn't sharp at all. And free passes, 4-pitch walks. I mean, to lead off at least 2 innings, right? How many walks did he have? 4? You can't, and he pitched 4 innings. You can't walk a guy an inning. That's not a major league pitcher doing that. So he's better than that, and he's been better than that. But that was, that wasn't good. And then we got balls to turn up too, and we didn't. We didn't play good defense. There's other, we dropped the ball. We mishandled a couple other ones, and we're slow turning balls that, Durbin's throw to third, or throw from third to second was up and not conducive to turn a double play. Hoskins dropping the ball at first. Joey bobbling a ball that was a double play. Just those things. You can't do those things and give teams extra outs and then not, put away the pitcher quicker. Credit to their reliever. He was great.
Mark, what about offensively? Just, not creating many opportunities after Caleb's homer.
Yeah, we got some line drives caught. You got Frelick hit a ball in the nose, got caught.
The 8th inning had the 2 walks.
Had 2 walks in the 8th inning. The kid was good. He had made good pitches to Churio, and pitch to Contreras was, tough call. Where else did we hit a ball hard here? Collins hit a ball great into right field. Nothing. I guess Churio hit a line drive to second. It's caught. Terang hit a hard ball to short. So we had some hard contacts and came up empty, some of them, but I didn't capitalize when we could.
What do you think of Yoho's?
He was good. I thought Yoho was good. He deserved much better. Yeah, the kid struck out, and we didn't get the call, but I think he gave our opposite field ground ball off the bag that led to a run. And we should have thrown the guy at the plate easily. It wasn't a tough play, and Garrett didn't get a great grip, I guess.
Tough play, nonetheless. Brewers will move on, shake it off. No need to panic, no need to freak out. But again, congratulations to the Yoho family. Got the strikeout, got the ball. That's the cool stuff, right? We've seen some really cool things in the last 72 hours for the Brewers. Caleb Durbin having the crowd behind him on Friday night and getting his first big league hit tonight, gets his first big league homer. We see Craig Yoho's debut, Logan Henderson's debut yesterday. We've seen some cool stuff, man. Don't take it for granted. Do not take it for granted. And then also want to put something into perspective coming up after the break. This will be our last break of the program. And we'll talk about a reminder. It's not an excuse, just a reminder of what's actually going down for the Brewers and how it's going to get better moving forward. Back with more after this on 620 WTMJ.
Take a step toward bringing our country and community together. Start a meaningful conversation at lovehasnolabels.com/onesmallstep. A message from StoryCorps, Love Has No Labels, and the Ad Council.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
ESPN Wisconsin's Brian Balaga here for my new friends at Surfside. There's only one thing better than Surfside and golf, and that's Surfside iced teas and lemonade plus vodka on the golf course. This golf season, there's no better drink to enjoy on the golf course. Surfside is light, refreshing, and made with real vodka and real brewed tea. Plus, there's only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. Cheers to hitting the fairway and cheers to Surfside. It's tea time. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
So, something to keep in your thoughts, and some folks might think I'm making an excuse here, but that's just not what I'm trying to do. I'm Dom Cotroneo. Hello, it's our last segment of Brewers Extra Innings. The Brewers have used 9 different starting pitchers. It'll be 10 on Thursday with Tobias. The Giants just made their first roster move of the season. Think about that for a second. The Brewers, just starting pitchers alone, have 9 different starters. They've got, Caleb Durman's made his big league debut. They've had, Craig Yoho come up and make his big league debut. They've mixed and matched a little bit in the bullpen already. The Giants just made their first roster move. That includes putting somebody on the injured list. That includes sending somebody down and calling somebody up. That's kind of more up to speed. Now, it's crazy that they haven't had anyone get hurt until now, and that's Casey Schmidt going onto the injured list with an oblique. But the Phillies, same thing. Until they put Brandon Marsh on the IL, they hadn't made a roster move. So it's a reminder that as long as spring training is, and how it's all for the starting pitchers, and how you want to get everybody ready to go, and yet some things just don't go your way. And the team in April is always going to look very different than the team at the end of the year. And I just saw a video I was scrolling on TikTok the other day, and it was like, remember when it was the Andrew McCutchen walk-off base hit against the Padres 3 years ago. Okay, think about that for a second. And it all started with a Keston Hiura base hit. Okay, this is 2022. 2023. And already, you can see every batter that inning, every filmed Brewer in uniform that I saw in this clip. The only ones that are still here that were in uniform was the third base coach, Jason Lane. like Kutch had the walk-off. Caratini got a knock. Luis Urias came up. Tyrone Taylor came up. It's just like so much changes so quickly. So keep it in perspective that it is April 22nd by the time you're listening to this. And the Brewers have already had this much influx in the first month of the season. We're finally starting to see it stabilize. Blake Perkins should be back next month. Tobias is back this week. You'll see better performances, I imagine, from the offenses to get more legs underneath them. And if they don't, an adjustment will be made. The Brewers have made that clear with their team transaction history. If something isn't clicking, they'll make an adjustment. And I believe they would do the same this year. But don't freak out about one loss against a quality opponent. The Giants are going for it. They're trying to prove that they're legit in a very competitive National League West. I mean, this division, everybody aside from the Rockies, is above 500, has a positive run differential. I mean, Arizona is in 4th place, and they're 13-9. Like, this is a wild division. So San Francisco improves to 15-8. The Brewers fall to 12-11. The Cubs, they were idle today. They're 14-10, but they get ready for the Dodgers. They've had a really hard schedule at the start of the year. I tip my cap to what they've been able to do to this point, but I still see, people want to point to the flaws of the Brewers offense. Well, I still see flaws in the Cubs bullpen. I still see flaws in the Cubs starting rotation. I still see flaws in the Cubs corners. I see flaws in the Brewers corners. I mean, there's you can go tit for tat and just go down a list of why one team is or isn't going to win the division. It's April. It's going to look so different by the end of June, let alone by the end of September. Patience is hard. Patience is a virtue. I'm a very patient person. It came naturally to me. I don't know why it did. Maybe it's because I'm a golfer or something. But I'm reminding folks to be patient. Baseball fans know this. Most of you know this. 99.9% of you know this. And I'm just preaching to the choir. But when you're around somebody, maybe you got friends who are watching the NFL draft and they make some side comment about the Brewers. They're off to a tough start. Huh? Well, this, that, and the other. Can you imagine if, Jordan Love and, insert 6 starters that are out for the Packers? I mean, it's just, you can make comparisons pretty easily with other sports. So the fact that they're 12-11 still and they're not playing their best has me excited for what the rest of this week will be. Same time, same place tomorrow night. Stay up late with us. Our producer's been Matt Yazel. I'm Dom Cotroneo. Keep on swinging.
When your car or truck needs service, you should take it to a specialist.